All right. Welcome to Sunday afternoon. Whew, it's 12:15 Central Michigan. Look, everybody knows that I have issues with G4T. Everybody knows that I kind of consider myself like the YouTube media watchdog. And, my problem is with false information. Okay? Now, if you put something up and you say it's your opinion, that's one thing. If you put something up, and say, and act like it's fact with no basis for it, then I have issues. In the last few days, my boy G4T has done that again. Imagine that. But he did admit in like a video like 2 days ago, I don't know, there's like 2 Google Hangouts and 3 videos that all of what I'm talking about come from, so it isn't, you don't have to go far to find it. He admits that he considers himself an alternative journalist, which is cool. But I've been saying, he considers himself a citizen journalist for months, and he's denied it. But he finally came to the realization, I'm glad, finally, that he was able to admit that that's what he wants to be. But I have yet to see any of his shit, talked about on any news channel, alternative or mainstream, other than him being interviewed by a news network, be it Russian TV or whatever. So apparently, as a journalist, he's not doing real good because his videos aren't being bought up by the media, first or second string. And then the last few days he's put out, what was the other thing he said? I'm sorry. The other thing he said was that he was talking to a guy who lives in his van in a tent down in Florida, pretty much homeless, that the guy said that, he wishes he'd get back on the street and do those on the street interviews because that's the good shit, And G said that the risk reward wasn't there. So what that tells me is that what G puts out isn't necessarily about what's going on, but it's about how many views it can get. And the views equals AdSense money. I mean, I'm smart enough to figure that one out. So YouTube is his matrix. He's a slave to YouTube. He ain't reporting what he thinks is good or important. He's reporting what's going to get him views so he can make his money. Okay, that's cool. Because, he just bought a $1,200 camera, which the night vision on it really isn't that good, George, by the way. You might have got taken a little bit there. And he bought him a new $90 webcam that didn't improve his video output. But he said that's Google's fault, but he's in such high regard with Google and in contact with them, he got their cell numbers, that he didn't realize that was the problem before he went and bought this new camera. Oh, okay. You're really in high regard with them. They might have told you that. Could have saved that $90. And he's into let's eat healthy, except for he got his tax return, and he's hitting every goddamn fast food restaurant he can. But then, let's see. He goes into the yard sale. They're selling stolen merchandise. Are they, George? Did you go ask them? Did the police tell you they're selling stolen merchandise over there? It was a yard sale. You made an assumption. But hey, it's all about these. Then you show 5 Asian women sitting at a table outside a fast food restaurant where you're getting food, burgers for your kids, a lettuce wrap, apparently for you. So you want to eat healthy, but your kids, give them burgers. Remind me of a guy who used to live next to when I was like 6, 7 years old. He'd feed his kids tuna sandwiches while he cooked steaks on the grill outside for him and Mama after the kids went to bed. Yeah, okay. Asians. Why do you have this thing about Asians? You're Asian. You're Filipino. Your family migrated here. Do they still speak Filipino in the house? I don't know. I had friends in the military that were Mexican, and they spoke Mexican in the house. You pissed me off, actually. But why are you upset about Asians coming here? You're Asian. Migrating to America is a big thing. I remember when I was in the service, we used to talk about the guys who were married to the Oriental women. Filipino especially. They were coming to the land of the big base exchange. So I don't understand you're upset about them. But anyway, these women just sitting there having a burger, fries, and soda, I guess. But it's the Asian invasion. Then you do the video about the woman getting her ass beat by another woman, apparently. And you go out there and film it, and you're upset because the security guard was more concerned about you filming him than he was about calling the police on them. Well, you know what? If they left the property he was responsible for, his responsibility ended. Now, you as a citizen, I have a problem with. You went out there to film an assault. And if during the assault, the woman gets shot, that gets you more viewership. But you didn't call the police. Why not? Why not, George? If you were so friggin' concerned about that woman getting her ass beat by somebody, didn't you say, hey, look, I'm going out here. And I know you have a cell phone. It's a smartphone. It's got a little screen, but it's a smartphone. Why did you not call the police on your way out there in your shorts and no shoes and say, hey, there's an assault going on. Hang on. I live at this address, and here's where this assault is taking place. Because you really didn't give a shit about the assault taking place. You didn't really give a shit about that woman. What you cared about was views and getting your video. Period. So CG, once again, you are as big a piece of shit as you want to proclaim everybody else is. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Your concern in your videos is views. Your concern in your videos is views getting you AdSense, making you money. You are as big a part of the matrix as anybody in the world. You just want to think your little Filipino ass is better than anybody else. And you're not. You're just trying to irk out a living, doing the least amount you can because you don't want to go get a real job. That's my opinion. And that's what you've shown me in your videos. Hey, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with someone. I'm having a great afternoon. Going to watch a NASCAR race. That's why. Bye-bye now.